Hello, hello. I'm Captain Salsa, and today next stream, Captain Salsa and La Epoca with my great friend from New York. He lives in Poland, in my country, and today we will discuss about the pulse and bounce in two systems, two free clave and 3-2 clave. Hello, my dear friend Josue.
Hello, hello. Good to see you. I'm so excited about tonight. We got some great knowledge to share with anybody who's watching. I'm so excited. We had a great discussion before, and let's get into this. Let's share the good news with everybody.
Where you are, my friend?
I am in the Music Academy where I teach very often.
Oh, yeah. Today, I see that you have congas, two congas. Before you had one conga.
Yes, I do. I have two congas here, and I will slide back a little bit so you can maybe get a better view of what I'm working with here. So and here are my two congas, right? And all good.
Yeah, be on the center if we will have.
Yep. I'll make it go.
Yeah. Okay, my dear friend, many people don't know nothing about the system 2-3 clave and 3-2 clave. Can you explain a bit about this?
Absolutely. So the 2-3, it's very simple, and it's something that is the structure of Afro-Cuban music, and really the 3-2 clave, which this picture that you see on top. This is a picture that I created to help understand the structure of music. So those big brackets that you see, those are a measure. Each of them is a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 beats in one measure. So there's 2 brackets. So in that first measure, you have 4 beats. And in the second, you have 4 beats. Now on the top, this is the 3-2 clave. That means that there are 3 beats in which the clave hits in that first measure. And there are 2 beats in the second measure in which the clave hits. So you see 3-2 clave. All that means is that the clave strikes on 3 beats in the first measure and 2 beats in the second. That's all it means. That's all the 3-2 clave means. And on the bottom, the 2-3 clave, that simply means that the clave strikes on 2 beats in the first measure and 3 beats in the second. That's all that means. And the circles, many musicians, many dancers, they talk about each of the beats of the clave. Well, when you're dancing, technically, most people, what they dance on the surface, most instructors, when they're teaching, they care mostly about the first and the last beat. So the 3-2 clave begins on 1 and it ends on 7. And the 2-3 clave begins on 2 and it ends on 8. Those are the 2 important beats in each of the clave beats, each of the clave patterns. I hope that is easy enough to understand right there. Gotta unmute yourself, my friend. I don't hear you, my friend. It's so good. I don't hear you. But anyway, I'll until you come back. So those of you who are watching, so if you look at this, I understand. So if you look at the structure, that's all this means. This is a 2-3, 3-2 clave. So most instructors, what they listen to for the congas is they hear this pattern. That's all they hear. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. That's what most instructors are using, and that is the pattern that you would use for either the 3-2 or the 2-3 clave for most instructors.
Yes, I'm back, my friend.
I hear that you're back.
Yeah, I'm back, my friend. I forgot because I had online classes before few, and I forgot to change my battery. Okay, my friend, it is okay if I will because for what is the clave next, for what is the bounce will be today our topic, but first clave. It is okay if I will just clap 1 and 4, 6, 7, or 2, 2, 3, 5, and 8. It's okay or not?
Well, of course, you can count anything that you want, but it has to fit to something. It has to go somewhere. So where would you like to put it?
Yes, if I will put the pulse for clave, for us, for dancer, will be better or not? Look, why I clap in this pattern, not like this. 2, 3, 5, and okay, I will start from the on 1. 1 and 4, 6, 7. Now I will add something extra. What is this? Maybe we can inspire people. Look, 1 and 4, 6, 7. 1 and 4, 6, 7. Next, I will just add without the prep about the 8 because we have to fill the prep. But this is only the clave. 1 and 4, 6, 7. And why I mark in this pattern, in this way?
Well, obviously, you are feeling this pattern and you're expressing that in your movement. So you've got your up and down. Some people call it a bounce. Some people will call it a wave.
Yes.
However it is that you want to call it, but that's what you're expressing. You're basically expressing how you feel that pattern. Now, to a beginner dancer or to even an advanced dancer who is not very familiar with clave, they don't necessarily need to know so much of what's going on looking at what you're doing, because when they see what you're doing, they can hear the beat. So the clave is not important at that point because they just hear. They can hear your movements through. They can hear the wave through your movements. If that makes sense, they can hear it. They can feel the pattern through your movements.
It's important or not?
In my opinion, I think it is very important.
Yes.
I mean, it's
exactly.
I mean, there are, for example, if you go to a concert and you watch people sitting, it has to be Afro-Cuban, like salsa or something like that. Do people sit in the audience like this? They don't just sit there like this. They're bouncing. They're bang, 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 bang. They're moving their heads. They're moving their bodies. They're doing something. So that's technically what you're doing. You're going for the 3/2 clave. Bam, 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 ba, ba, ga,
5
ga,
and
ba,
8.
ba,
Da, da.
ba, ba, ba,
Yes.
ba. Now I could just, without any movement, or ba, ga, ba, 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 and it's that movement. So you're just feeling that movement.
Yes, exactly. This is my dear audience. This is when I want to feel the clave. When important for me as a dancer is feels the pulse, the wave, and bounce. And bounce is for me like time, the time between the beats. It means Josue, before the class lesson interview, we had the discussion, the interview, this time between beats, and this give me the expression 1 and 4, 6, 7, or 2, 3, 2, 3, up and down, 2, 3, and 5 and 8 will give me the power. And we give you today the simple exercise with the Josue will play on the conga, and I will explain. And please, my friend, help me with in this. Okay, let's start.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is my screen. I will change the view. Okay. Josue, please play first 2 free clave.
3/2 clave. Well, 3/2 clave. The easier for dancers
yes,
to get that one. So here we go.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
5, 6, 7, 1. I want first find the pulse, the bounce, and 1. 1. And now, without this, I will be flat, look. Six, 7, 1, and 4, 6, 7. And now, if I will know and I will have the knowledge, look how will be my counting, my feeling. 6, 7, 1, and 4, 6, 7, and 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 I can dance like that. 1, pa, pa, a, I, a, 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 I, a, 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 I, a, wa, a, I. My dear friend,
Yes.
why I have energy in this dance? Because of the clave, because of the bounce. What is this for how we can explain? Pa, a, I, a, wa, I, a. Not like 1, 3, 5.
In looking at what you're doing from the perspective of a professional musician and a professional dancer, I would say that the two words that you would very much benefit from most are first, interval, and number 2 is absorption. So
Yes.
basically, technically, what you're doing is you are bouncing on or in between those intervals. It depends on how you want to say it. So when those intervals is basically the space between the beats, right? So that interval that you have, it could be an interval of 1 beat, it could be an interval of 2 beats, but that's an important word because the bounce that you're doing is telling you where the intervals are, it's telling you where the beats and the intervals. But interestingly, the other word, which is extremely important, because you can't just use the word interval, you also need the word absorption. And what
Yes.
you are doing is you are absorbing the intervals between the beats. That's an excellent sentence for you. So your
Perfect.
bouncing
Yeah.
is absorbing the intervals between the beats, or you can say your bouncing is absorbing the space or the time in between the beats, and that's what it's doing for you, and that's what I see.
Yes, in 3/2 clave you can't see you can't see exactly where is the absorption, where is the power, but in 2/3 clave you will see very clearly the absorption. Yes, why, my friend?
That's an excellent word that you just said it very perfectly. And there's a very key word that you use, and it's power. 3/2 clave music is designed for dancers who want to dance fast and have a lot of power. You got to have that power on that first beat of the music. You've always got to be on that first beat of the music. The bass is always going to accentuate that first beat. The congas are always going to hit that first beat. The bongos are always going to be on that first beat. The cowbell is always going to be on that first beat, depending on what part of the song you are. Everything in the 3/2 clave song is going to even the melody. It's going to push you on that first beat of the music. So you just said a good word, power. 3/2 clave. Think of 3/2 clave music as power. You have to have that power.
Yeah. Can you play faster?
Yep.
3/2
clave.
Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1.
And 5. 1, piram pam, I, 1 and 4, 6, 7 and 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 1. Okay. Free to clave is so hard.
It's very fast, and that's why Johnny Vasquez, Luis Vasquez, and Franklin Vasquez. That's and Frankie. That's what they're doing. They're accentuating that first beat of the music, pushing so hard. Like when Johnny Vasquez, when you see him dancing, I'm just using Johnny as an example. When you see him dancing, for example, even if he's using 2/3 clave music, he modifies the music. He speeds it up because it's too slow for him. He's got so much energy, he doesn't know what to do with unless it's fast, and that fast energy, and you got to have that. So even if it's a 2/3 clave song, he speeds it up because he needs that energy. Whereas normal 3/2 clave music, generally, it's already fast enough, and it's designed for dancers who just they just want to go. And I want to be clear, not every 3/2 clave song is fast. I'm just saying generally, many of them are very fast.
Yeah, my dear friend. Now let's explain the pulse, the bounce, the energy of clave and pulse bounce in 2/3 clave. And the people, for 100% now, they will see the absorption and interval. Okay, let's start. Play slowly.
So the 2/3 clave, the reason why they're going to see that in the 2/3 clave is because there is no one. Right? So even though there is a one, you don't hear the one, it's not accentuated. So you have a visual or an aesthetically pleasing view of absorbing the one. So that's what we're going to do for you now. So 2/3 clave, remember the first, it starts on beat 2 and it ends on beat 8. And in 2/3 clave music, the 8 is accentuated, not the 1. So that's where you're going to see this absorption and the wave. So here we go. 2/3 clave.
2/3 clave.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5.
First, I know that it's 2/3 clave, but first I want to feel the pulse, the wave, the bounce. I listen the 5. Where is the 5 for me? And 5 and 8 and 5 and now look how I will use this pattern plus clave. 5 and 8, 2, 3 and 5 and 8, 2, 3 and and cha 2, 3 and 5. Cha cha kiki ki kukum I kaka I kukum kiki I tira kukum 2, 3 and 2, 3, 5 and
I'll go a little bit faster.
Yes.
1, 2,
2, 3
4.
and 5 and 8 and 5 and 8. Absorption. Yes. Oof, now I feel much better because I have time to be relaxed and spend more time on 8 and 1, absorb my body to the 1. Maybe I will explain. Now I have time to be relaxed. And 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And 8 and 1, 2, 3, 5. This is how we explain. For what me is the bounce, 5, 5, and for what me the clave.
So you're talking to me, yes? So
yes,
I'm joking. So I'm playing. So basically, it's what you're doing. Like I said before, you're in between those intervals. Every dancer is going to feel what he or she feels, and every dancer is going to express what he or she feels in the music. So your way of interpreting this, of course, is not the only way in the world that every dancer is supposed to interpret it. It works for you, and this system that you have is going to work for many dancers, because I think it's important that dancers know the interview, know the interval, know the absorption that you're talking about, that we're talking about. And I don't think that you're trying to tell dancers, if you don't feel what I'm feeling, you're wrong. That's not your message. I think that your message is, if you can feel what I'm feeling and try to put it into your dancing, it's going to give you a new feeling. It's going to give you something else. It's going to give you something that you might not have. And you can put this into what you're dancing and have a completely different experience. So you can experience that dance differently, experience the song differently. I think that's your message. I don't hear you, my friend.
Can you give this message one more time? Play, and we give them the message. Can you? One more.
Absolutely. So I think that the message that you're trying to get across to dancers is not, if you don't do it my way, you're wrong. I think that the message that you're trying to say to dancers is, if you can feel what I'm feeling, then it's going to give you something in your dance and your musical experience that will change your experience and add something to what you're doing and give you a different experience. It's not the only way, but it will give you another way.
Exactly.
I think that's your message.
Yes. Now I will dance 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Next, I will put the knowledge about the pulse, about the wave of clave, about the energy comes from 4 and 8 and 1, 4 and 5. Okay, can you give them?
Yes, and remember what we did off camera. Make sure that your movements are extra clear, right? Remember, because we gotta accentuate that extra. Remember we talked about that, so it'll be very good. Remember?
Yeah.
Great. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 5,
6, 7, 8, and 1. 2, 3.
This is dancing classic. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, look. I will use bounce, pulse, and I will use the clave. Absorption.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Flat, flat. Now. D. Faster, please.
It's great, you know. And when I add, it's so great to see what you're doing because when I add a little trill, you know, you feel it because normally the normal is, but when I add the, you know, I add it, you feel it. You're expressing
Yes, I
it,
know.
and it's fantastic. It's amazing.
This knowledge comes from musician like you. It's incredible knowledge when you absorb this knowledge to your body, my dear friends.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend have knowledge about 2-3 clave, about 3-2 clave, and absorb this to your body. Absorb and feel the interval and feel the absorption for create more power, more energy, more relax.
Absolutely. And you know what? And I think another benefit. Let's distinguish between lead and follow. I think that for the lead, if you're leading as a dancer, for sure when you take this information, take this knowledge in, and execute it on the dance floor, it is going to make you a clearer lead. I'm going to say that again.
Yes.
Your leading will be much clearer because whoever is following you is going to be able to see the music in your dancing.
Exactly.
It's an excellent way to do that. So most dancers they look at the footsteps. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, is he dancing on one? But if you have this wave, if you have this absorption of the time in between the beats, then you don't need necessarily to look at the feet to be able to see, wow, he's feeling this rhythm, he's feeling this music. And if you're following, now for the follower, it's amazing to be able to, wow, my lead is dancing so clearly, I know exactly where I need to be. Now, as a follower, right? If your lead is not dancing like this and you are following, so most of the time, ladies, some gentlemen dance with gentlemen, it is what it is. So if you are following and your lead is not dancing this way, it's okay, it doesn't mean it's wrong, but you can influence your lead by following like this, and that really kind of reverses the situation a little bit because now you're inspiring your lead to feel. My friend, how many times have we been on the dance floor? You're dancing next to me, right? And you're dancing with one lady, I'm dancing with the other. We alternate, we
Cross,
switch,
yeah.
and the ladies have absolutely no problem dancing with us because we have this tempo. We're very clear in how we're leading and we're enjoying. I'm not saying about other dancers; they're great, they dance fantastic. But you and I, we have this energy. And how many times have we've also been dancing with each other, next to each other, and we can see the people around it, they're expressing something different, but we know what we're doing in this movement, in this absorption, and it affects our followers. It's amazing to be able to dance like this and to see the smiles on their faces.
And we highly recommend have knowledge about 2 systems, 2-3 clave and 3-2 clave, and how we can absorb the clave, how we can add the prep between 2 bars, that clave for dancer for create the wave is not only 1 and 4 6 7. We have to add the prep for have wave. You understand me, yeah? What I mean? 1
Absolutely.
and 4 6 7 and is super important. On 2 3 clave 2 3 and and we can create the wave for the dance.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay, my dear friend, thank you for this interview. Was excellent. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And you can, I want to introduce you. You can find my dear Fosue on his website. You can find a lot of materials, video about the music and dance, a lot of awesome materials. You can find me on captainsalsa.eu, a lot exercise for the dance, for medium and for advanced. What next, my friend? Do you want to say something at the end?
Yes. I highly suggest master your timing. Go to the website, go to captainsalsa.eu or go to laepocafilm.com and get master your timing. This will change the way you dance. Basically, my friend and I, we took one of my compositions, which is a guaguancó solad, and we dissected it into all of these different elements. And so we isolated the bass, piano, clave, congas, and we did 16 different interpretations to that variation. It's absolutely amazing. So we've got the antu, we got the gung gung bap, we did all of that for all of these dancers. And it's amazing however you dance. Like, for example, many antu dancers, you've been taught to listen to the gung gung bap, right? Gung gung bap, gung gung, and however we isolated that and we gave it to you. So if you're teaching, this master your timing helps a lot because you don't have to count anymore. We're doing the counting for you. And now you can walk around your class and focus on technique, focus on timing, focus on this, and your voice is free. So we become your voice. So master your timing. Go to laepocafilm.com, go to captainsalsa.eu. It'll change your dancing. My dear friend, Captain Salsa, thank you so much for having me here. It was a great conversation. You did great. You danced great. Love how you interpret the music. And until next time, my friend.
Until next time, my dear friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you for today. And we will see on probably next week. And we will give you next awesome knowledge. And we will inspire you for 100%. See you. Bye-bye.